All right, welcome everyone. Thank you guys for being here. Our Facebook Live event sponsored by Boulder Psychic Institute. Here we go. Here we go. Give it a few moments for people to hop on. For those of you who have not been to the beeps, as some of the students call it, Boulder Psychic Institute, you will see here Fletcher on the chair meditating and holding space here. You'll see my idea board up here. This is where I'm working out schedules right now. And we've got a few crystals back there. This is my office. Thank you guys for being here today. As you all know, at least here in the US, we have a lot of wildfires, we have hurricanes, all over the world. We just have a lot of unrest and a lot of uncertainty. And so, as I was meditating on today's theme, I'm really looking at the vibration of how can you start to source your own healing. How can you start to recognize that maybe the outer world doesn't have to dictate your experience or your perception of your experience? And how can you really start to find your own inner source for creating the experience, or at least the perception of the experience, in a way that brings you more joy, that brings you more happiness, more abundance? And so, in my meditations this week, I have chosen to show you guys a vibration pattern that resides in the heart that you can actually grow and use to heal yourself. And then we'll be applying that to Mother Earth today. So, all right. If anybody wants to check in, I do see a few people saying hello. Um, if anybody has some 2 cents around maybe something they would like me to integrate into today's meditation, I'm more than happy to do that too. So feel free to, say, here's what I'm going through, and I'll definitely work that in today. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and meditate, because that's what we do here at BPI. If you would, go ahead and close your eyes, get your feet flat on the floor, and go ahead and take a deep breath in. Excellent. And however you like to get connected with Mother Earth, we call that grounding here at the Institute. Go ahead and just do that for yourself, connecting your body to the center of the planet. We start every meditation here at the Boulder Psychic Institute by getting grounded and connected to Mother Earth. Although some of you might feel like things are very rocky, things are very shaky, please know that Mother Earth is super solid. She's going to be here for a very, very long time. And if you can ground yourself, or find your metaphorical solid footing to Mother Earth, to something that's really, really, really solid, then you're not going to feel so knocked around by things. A lot of people out there like to connect into other people, or they kind of have their footing on their job or their work or their home or their finances. And the problem with that is, especially right now, a lot of those things are pretty unstable. And you would never build a home on an unstable foundation. Same thing goes for you, right? You want to have a stable foundation. And Mother Earth, although she is talking to us right now with her weather and her fires, she is super stable. And if you want to feel a lot more stable in your life, you got to connect to Mother Earth. We call that grounding. So get yourself good and grounded, please. I'm reading on here on some of the notes that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed. And I can just see the shock waves, if you will. So let's go ahead and first start by just taking a deep breath in and just letting any of the fears, concerns, sadness, just let that start to drain out of your body. Just imagine releasing that down to Mother Earth. The big thing to recognize about Mother Earth is that she is the planet of dichotomy. As a matter of fact, humans are also a big dichotomy. We experience the full range of all sorts of vibrations. And the same is true for Mother Earth. And just like I started off today saying, Mother Earth is super solid. The way that she stays solid is by maintaining a balance. Okay, so there's the night and day, light and dark. There's fires and hurricanes. There's always going to be some degree to which she's trying to create a balance. Same thing for us humans. We can't help but try to be in balance. Our bodies are always trying to find homeostasis. Our bodies are always, doing various things with our hormones or chemical input and output levels to help create balance in our bodies. So we are inherently, as a human species, attracted to balance. Okay. Now recognize balance is not a static event. When you're balancing on a bike, you're not like, right? The bike kind of wobbles a little to the left, a little to the right. There's always kind of these big calibrations or micro calibrations that are happening. And so even though a pretty awesome woman in the Supreme Court that I know many of us love and care for deeply has passed, know that there's going to be a balance there. There's going to be some calibration and recalibration that happens. So please just try to breathe. It's going to be okay. And if you would, I'd like you to bring your attention to your chest, your fourth chakra. It resides near your heart here. And you can do that by kind of imagining or looking down at the energy in your fourth chakra, your heart. Some of you who are students here at the Institute, you can visualize or see your fourth chakra out in front of you on your reading screen. I'd like you to just tune into the energy of that fourth chakra. And I'd like you to tune into maybe not thinking of your fourth chakra so much as the love chakra or the place that you kind of relate to others from or where you kind of give to yourself or others from. And I want you to instead maybe look at your fourth chakra a bit more mechanical today. And the fourth chakra sits between the first, second, and third chakras, and the fifth, sixth, and seventh chakras. And I like to look at those first three chakras as the body chakras, whereas the upper chakras are more of your spiritual chakras. They manage more of your spiritual personality, your spiritual dynamics that you experience in the body. And the lower three chakras manage more of your physical experience in the body. So then what does the fourth chakra do, right? And instead of thinking about it in terms of something other than what I might call pure mechanics, love can get pretty messy. Relationships can be pretty messy. But if you really kind of pare it down, the fourth chakra, you want to think of the fourth chakra as the bridge. It's the bridge between spirit and body, the bridge between heaven and earth. And this fourth chakra, if you start to look at it more as a bridge, then the health of your fourth chakra doesn't produce good, loving relationships directly, or it doesn't produce a situation where you know you it's all about caring or giving to others or giving to yourself. It produces more of the vibration of being the bridge within between heaven and earth, which if that is spinning nicely, that will create a vibration of peace within. Okay? Um, I love those phrases, peace on earth, may peace be with, out there. And I think that they are beautiful sentiments. But as I started off our dialogue today, planet Earth is kind of a dichotomy. It's not just kind of, it is a dichotomy. So where there's happiness, there's going to be sadness, right? And where there's peace, there's going to be fear. There's going to be war. There's going to be the opposite of that. And so, if you will, one of the things that I personally always strive for is not so much trying to create peace out there, although it is a great ideal. I've tried many times, and sometimes I am successful. But what always gives me a lot more peace, a lot more comfort, is to work on having my peace within. Can I have peace within my own self, within my own body? And one of the quickest and easiest ways to create that vibration of peace in your body is to have a healthy fourth chakra that is spinning at a vibratory rate that is perfect for you in your unique self, your unique vibration. So see if you can just kind of let go of all of the more social ideas of what the fourth chakra is about. I don't mean to, sound too pragmatic, but it's kind of mushy-gushy stuff, and oftentimes with mushy-gushy stuff comes drama. And then oftentimes with drama comes the inability to be neutral or lots of judgment. And I want to stay away from that vibration. It's just a bridge. It connects heaven and earth. When it's running smoothly, when the engine, the mechanics are going well, boom, you can easily create the vibration of peace within. And when you have peace within, right, you'll find that even though the world's going up and down, your life is going up and down all around, everything seems to be crazy and chaotic, you can still have peace. Okay, so even though I'm having a good day, I can be at peace. Even when I'm having a really bad day, a cry day, a weepy day, I can still have this level of peace within. And so we're going to work on that. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to imagine the spin in your fourth chakra, kind of like a Merkabah. It's like instead of a six-pointed three-dimensional star, where there's like two pyramids that are kind of put together, right? That's what your traditional Jewish Merkabah looks like. In the fourth chakra, it's not necessarily that pattern. You want to think of kind of like three loops of energy, okay, that go in three different directions. And they have three different spins, and they spin in three different directions, and it kind of creates this beautiful spherical shape in your fourth chakra when they're spinning. But each of those kind of, you might call them like spokes to a wheel. They're very thin loops, okay? They're very, very thin. So if you kind of looked from even further of a distance, it'd almost be like a spoke here, a spoke there, and then another spoke. And when those spin, it creates this beautiful sphere in the fourth chakra. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just, through this meditation, visualize this Merkabah-like formation spinning in your fourth chakra, please. And for some of you, it may not be spinning very much. Others, one of those spokes might be a little bit wobbly. And what that might produce is maybe a sphere that doesn't look so spherical. Maybe it's got some dents or maybe some concave or convex areas. And that's not a problem. Okay, it's not a problem. Everything you can heal by focusing your attention on, by viewing your fourth chakra, viewing yourself as whole, as complete. And so really what I want you to do is I'd just like you to focus in on that visual and breathe. And then if you will, just as you're focusing in on it with the intention, have those spokes start to even out, have them start to spin at a rate in directions that's just right for you, to where you have a beautiful sphere. It's a moving, kind of like a kaleidoscope sphere in your fourth chakra. Just beautiful and sparkly. You even will start to see kind of almost like little geometric formations start to form in there, like little crystalline kind of structures. And so just breathe and let that spin, let that continue to grow, let that get stronger and stronger. And you could say that this is you building your personal power, but I like to see this more as you building the bridge. You're making your connection between you as a spirit and you as a body stronger and stronger, making that more and more and more solid. Right now on the planet, we have people passing, we have fires, we have hurricanes, we have war, we still have people fighting in some countries. There's a lot to feel at discord with. And I can understand really wanting your heart to go out to these situations and out to these people. And one of the phrases that we use here quite frequently at BPI is don't be a wounded healer, right? Really make sure that your heart is in order before you attempt to use that energy anywhere else. And when I take all that emotionality away, make sure that your bridge is strong between spirit and body. Make sure that there's a nice solid connection. You're not at war with yourself. You're at peace with the body levels that are happening, even if you might feel sick or you have some chronic illness or some sort of infection going on or an injury that you've been dealing with. When that bridge is strong, there's going to be a level of peace to that. Oh, yeah, there's some pain. It doesn't have to become super dramatic, super played out. There can be some peace there with that. When this bridge is strong within yourself, you will also find that bridge between heaven and earth, where you'll start to find some levels of peace with what's happening on the planet. And that doesn't mean that I'm saying do nothing, don't help others. By no means am I saying that at all. But I am saying that you will be able to support those around you. You will be able to create clearer and more conscious change. You'll actually be able to be way more powerful and functional if your bridge is super solid and you have this level of peace within you. You might be experiencing tremendous loss right now, whether a loved one has passed or you lost your home in the fire, or maybe your home is underwater on the East Coast there. And all of that is amazingly horrible. And right, when this is vibrating nicely, there's still going to be a level of peace a level of really understanding that things always tend to balance out. So see if you can just breathe and do the best you can to imagine this Merkabah-like shape spinning in your fourth chakra, starting to get to like this nice hum vibration where you can almost just kind of feel the hum in there. Like there's your fourth chakra spinning like a well-oiled machine. And as you visualize this super strong bridge between spirit and body, allow that to really heal up all those places within you where you might be at war with yourself. Oh, bad hair. Oh, bad wrinkle. Bad love handle. Bad personality. I behaved poorly. And see if you can just let this energy of peace, the bridge, bridging heaven and earth. I can have magic and I can also have this level of solidity that the body, that the planet gives me. Good, and just let that spin, let that heal up some of those places. And then if you would, I'd like you to start to look for where in your space, in your life, in your body, are you feeling like you don't have all the answers, feeling like you need some healing, some help from outside? Where are you feeling hopeless? Where are you feeling like you can't make a difference in your life and other people's lives? Those are gonna be like little voids, little kind of like vacuum holes in your body. And wherever there's a void in your body, right, that's where you're going to subconsciously or you're going to feel compelled to reach outside of yourself to pull something in to fill that void. It could be food, it could be drugs or alcohol, it could be other people, it could be relationships, it could be healers, it could be who knows what, just looking to the outside. And if you've been looking to the outside and very concerned with how you might solve some of your problems or how you might even solve some of these world problems, where I really wanted to bring our focus today is well, all of your answers are within. And if you start here at the fourth chakra, the bridge, and you get that spinning super solid, a super solid bridge, you're bringing heaven and earth into alignment in your body. You got magic. There's the magic. Right? And then from there, I'd like you to become aware of any of these voids that might be in your body or in your life, right? I have this problem at work. I'm having this problem with my mom. I'm having this problem with my child. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just imagine reaching into your heart. There's, like I said, when this Merkabah-like structure is spinning beautifully, there's going to be like these little crystalline structures that form in there. And these little crystals, right, hold the vibration of that bridge, healing heaven on earth, bringing that magic. So I'd like you to grab one of those little crystals out of your heart, out of your fourth chakra, and I'd like you to place it. Imagine just placing that wherever you have a void in your body, whether it's an injury or you have a system that's out of whack, your digestive system, your endocrine system, or into this problem that you're having in your life. And I just want you to go ahead and just place this crystal in there. And just allow that crystal to provide that bridge where you can just infuse that problem, infuse that void with this magic where heaven meets earth. And then as you watch that crystal, for each one of you, it's going to be kind of unique. That crystal might spin. It might, like a laser, shine some light, or like a pyramid, kind of take white light and kind of rainbow light. I've seen lots of different ways that these crystals will heal and express to create that bridge, to bring that magic into that space. Just notice for yourself how that does that, whether it's in your body or in this life problem. And just let that be a healing. Notice that void filling. You might even notice that problem or that body part starting to match this bridge Merkabah-like vibration in your fourth chakra. Yeah, and some of you guys are already doing it. Take another crystal, like pop it in somewhere else, other places. Make sure that you give each crystal just a little bit of time. So you guys are moving a little bit faster. Just put down this one crystal. Watch that permeate. Watch what it does. And then grab another crystal from that fourth chakra. It's like almost like picking little flowers. And you just give these little joyful flowers all of your problems. Just put that flower right in the middle of the problem. And who doesn't really smile when they see a flower? What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just start filling up all of these voids, all of your problems with these crystals from your Merkabah-like spin, this infinite bridge that you're spinning in your fourth chakra, this magic that becomes so potent when heaven meets earth. And just start to fill all these voids with these little crystals. And I'd like you to fill them up so much that you get so full to where it's almost like you feel like, oh, I can't take any more. Have you ever reached a point of laughing, right, where you're laughing so hard, things are so fun, or you're having such a great time with another person or by yourself, laughing to the point to where you get to tears? What is that? Okay, oftentimes people get to that point of tears and they back off, they get kind of serious, they can't laugh anymore, or they kind of do, but it gets kind of like a painful laugh, right? Right there at that tear point, that's your limit for joy, that's your limit for peace, that's your limit for healing, that's your limit for just great, awesome stuff. Yeah, that's like your cap. Right? And what I want you guys to do is I want you to just use this Merkabah energy, just placing crystals in, filling it up, filling it up, filling up. I'd like you to see if you can start to stretch that cap, or even just start to let that cap release because it's gotten so full. Whenever I do reach the point of tears, if the timing allows, if it's an appropriate time and place, I really will just kind of go for it, laughing and crying and laughing and crying to really work that energy so I can have more joy, more laughter, more fun, more peace, more wonderment. Just keep kind of grabbing these crystals. It's amazing how many can form as those Merkabahs spin. Boop. Put them into different places in your body. Filling it up, filling it up. And you might be kind of thinking, oh, that's enough, that's enough. Keep going. Do some more. Stretch that limit. Right now, one of the things that I see happening on the planet is that we are, to some degree, going through a healing growth cycle as a mass consciousness. And through that growth, right, where we're in a stretch, we're kind of stretching. How far can we stretch? How polarized can we get, right? How intense can these two ends of the dichotomy get? And how much can we have as a human race, as a human species, before maybe we break or we think we're going to break, right? And the thing is you're never broken. And if you can just remember that everything that you experience, you can handle. Okay? I know you might think you can't handle it. You might feel like you can't handle it. Okay? That's just this limit. Okay? Just like when you start laughing, 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 and you cry, and you're like, oh, I can't laugh anymore. No, you can. You can absolutely laugh more and have more joy to the point to where you just bliss out from happiness. It is possible. And the same thing is possible here. We're in a growth stretch as a planet, as a human species. So we're all being stretched. Right? And you can either resist the stretch, or it feels like this really uncomfortable rubber band, or you can just hit it straight on and just stretch it. Just do it. So keep filling yourself up. If you've kind of filled all those voids, then what I'd like you to do is just keep visualizing that Merkabah-like spin in your fourth chakra, just spinning and getting brighter and brighter, more powerful, even more like crystalline. It's like the inside of those caves that you see like down in Brazil where it's just filled with crystals everywhere. That's what you want to start to see in your fourth chakra. Just fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Stretch the limit, stretch the limit. You can either let this planetary growth phase, this cycle, stretch you, or you can be the master of it and you can just hit it head on, just stretch it. You got it. And then at some point, poof, the limit of those point of tears, or the limit of how much peace you can have, that will pop right off. And you can have all that peace. Which, mind you, peace does not mean that everything goes perfectly. Peace means being able to ride the waves of life. They go up, they go down. Sometimes it's a tsunami. Sometimes it's 100-foot wave. Sometimes it's super calm. But you can ride those waves. That's called peace. How much peace can you have? How big can that wave get? Can you ride it? You have all the peace in the world. And then from there, that will emanate. From there, you will be able to respond so differently to what's happening on the planet. And hopefully from there, right, you will be inspired. You will come up with new creative ways to help those around you, to get involved in political matters or human rights matters, and you'll do it from a place of peace. And from there, people will be able to hear you better, they'll be able to receive you. It's really hard to receive somebody who's super heated. Right? And there's kind of this level of calm and communication. It brings a lot of comfort. It's like, oh, I can trust you. You could be saying who knows what, but I kind of trust that level of calm. I trust that vibration. And we are spirits with bodies. Okay? We're not just these intellectual brains. So somebody could be saying something super intellectual that totally makes sense, but they got like this trigger, or they're fired up, or they're angry about it, and it just it makes our human brains kind of go, whatever. Doesn't make sense. Whatever they're saying is, just a whole bunch of hooey, right? But if they say it from this calm vibration, because we are human beings, we vibe into energy, right? And if you're presenting a new way of being, a new policy, a new reform, right? Or even just a new way of helping a friend or supporting another family, right? If you can do it from this calm place, they'll receive it. You'll be so much more impactful. Good, and breathe. For those of you who took those little crystals and you put them into little problems outside of yourself, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just take a few moments and just meditate or contemplate a problem that you would like a solution to in your life. It could even be a problem that you're experiencing in your body. My digestive system isn't right. I want to get my hormones back in balance. Let that crystal give that healing vibration to that part of your body or that problem in your life. And while you're just sitting there, just kind of let yourself go quiet. See if you can let that inspire you or pop some ideas into your mind around what you can do, what your next steps are. If you read excerpts from various scientists and innovators, Einstein, they all talk about kind of finding this quiet space where they just get super quiet and they actually tune into their imagination. To me, imagination is another way of saying intuition or spirit, right? And they just kind of find this quiet space. And this is where like all their inspiration, all their new design ideas come from. And all this comes from being super quiet, having that bridge nice and solid between heaven and earth, and then they can just bring those new solutions, new ideas right into their body. There's that bridge in the fourth chakra, and they can implement that new idea. So if some thoughts or ideas are popping into your head, just make some little notes. Those could be some really great things to implement or take some next steps on. If nothing's coming in, just blank, well, that's okay. We just need a little bit more time with that problem, with your heart like Merkabah. Give it some time. There is no race to solve these problems. You don't get a ribbon for solving your problems faster than anyone else. It's okay, give yourself some time. When that Merkabah is spinning nicely, there will be that peace. It's just time. Time. Give it some time. All right, good, everyone. With that fourth chakra, you guys are all looking like that's spinning beautifully. So just let your own inner bridge be super solid, connecting your spirit with your body, heaven on earth in your body, that peace. Just sit back and breathe. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of healing work on planet Earth. So if you would, I'd like you to imagine Mama Earth out in front of you. And just like you did with your heart chakra, I'd like you to become aware of the core of Mother Earth. It's right there in the middle of Mama Earth. It's almost like a chakra in there. I'd like you to tune into that spin. Tune into the energy at the core. And what I'd like you to do is, with the power of your mind, the power of your visual, I'd like you to imagine a Merkabah structure inside of Mother Earth. And if you would, as a group, with the power dynamic of all of us working on this together at peace, we're not doing this because we are so triggered, we're so at a void that we're reaching out to heal Mother Earth because we need it to get better so we can get better. We're healing from wholeness, from this peace, our own bridge, that Merkabah-like spin is happening in our own fourth chakras. We're doing it from peace, like, hey, I'm peaceful. I'm just going to encourage you to just bring that Merkabah into brightness, bring it into solidity. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to visualize that Merkabah and Mother Earth spinning and spinning. And as a group, with our intention, let's see if we can get that to become like a super solid sphere right there in Mama Earth's core. And just notice as that starts to grow, it's kind of like breathing. Through this attention that we've just given Mother Earth, we've kind of woken aspects of her up. This is exciting. Just let that grow. Just visualize the spin of Mother Earth's Merkabah-like shape, spinning and spinning. growing and growing. And what we're doing here through the power of our visual is we are, through our own peace, our own neutrality, inviting Mother Earth to find her connection, her bridge between heaven and earth, remembering her magic. And again, it's not that by doing this, we're going to eradicate fires and hurricanes and the weather changes and all of the ways in which she is trying to create balance here on planet Earth. What we're doing is we're just validating the peace. There can be peace, a peace vibration that emanates from the core of the earth out to the surface of the earth, so that we are encouraging that peace vibration not only on the planet, but within all of the inhabitants. If we force it, it's not going to work. We just have to be in a peaceful vibration and send it out as an offering. And if anything, by us setting this vibration, if you, any of you guys, right, you fall out of your peace vibration, you forget heaven and earth, right? All you have to do is just tune into the energy that we as a group have set here. Find your peace, find that bridge. Oh, there's Mother Earth's bridge. Oh look, there happens to be some random person on the street corner. They've got this peace. Yeah, they don't look too hot physically. They don't look like things are going great in their external world, but there's some peace. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to tune into that. I'm going to do that for myself. The answers are all within. You have this powerful Merkabah to create that from within. Good. All right, good. There's some crystals growing in that core there. Nice job, everyone. This is exciting. All right, what I want you to do is I'd like you to, at your own pace, in your own consciousness, just find voids on the planet, in the atmosphere. We've got some holes in the atmosphere, in the oceans, in group collectives, various countries, wherever you feel called, right? The White House, the Capitol, Supreme Court, right? And just take these little crystals out of the core of the planet and just start to fill these voids. Don't do it too fast. Fill it. Watch what that crystal does. Watch how it fills the void. Watch how it creates the bridge between heaven and earth. Magic. Magic right there. And just look, little crystal. Merkabah spinning beautifully. Good. Just pop that into another place on planet Earth. And let's do the same thing. Let's try to, the Earth is in a growth cycle. Right? We're in a stretch right now. We're all stretching. Mother Earth is stretching. Again, we can let it stretch us, or we can kind of encourage it. Right? Let's rock this and just encourage the stretch. Boldly go. Release the limits. Release the limitations of what we as a human race, what we think we can achieve, what we can accomplish. The limits to peace, to joy, to abundance. Release those limits that would say that we can't innovate new things, or we can't support Mother Earth. We can't come up with new ways of healing her. And just stretch that. Little crystals. They're actually kind of bigger than they were in your body. So popping them in. You might pop a crystal in to the west coast, fires are. You might know somebody who's lost their home. You have the East Coast, all the water damage. We have Europe, Eastern Europe, Australia. Middle East. The atmosphere, the air quality. Yeah, you guys are looking good. Yep, keep breathing. Just notice as that Merkabah and Mother Earth is getting brighter and stronger, and just this cave of crystals, all that magic, all that power. Heaven on earth. You can source it within you. You can encourage it in Mama Earth. You don't need to go outside of yourself. Yeah. And isn't this cool? As I'm watching you guys all do this healing work on a psychic level, right? Because you're at peace, the healing has so much more potency. You're not trying to force it. You're not doing it because you're in pain. You're not doing it because you need the earth to change. These little offerings. Just notice how powerful the healing work is that you and all of your peers here who are live right now, notice the effect. At BPI, we call this not being a wounded healer. When you heal from your wound, it's going to be ucky. It's just like when you love from not loving yourself. You ever had somebody do that to you, right? It's just ucky. It's like, ugh, I feel like I got slimed. The same can go for a healing, whether you're healing yourself or another person or the planet. It's so much cleaner. The person can receive it, or you can receive it better. And it's potent. Boop, boop, boop. You guys are looking great. Just like I was saying earlier, you're not broken. You're so much more than your problems. The earth is not broken. She will prevail. She will be fine. And so will we as a species. It may not get easier here in the next few months. We're in a stretch. We're in a growth. There's a bit of uncomfort there. Discomfort. But as long as you can have this bridge, this peace, you won't perceive it as negatively as maybe some of those around you are perceiving the world right now. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, it's looking pretty full. It's looking pretty saturated. Yeah, that cap is stretched. Good. All right, if you would, I'd like you to just bring your attention back to you, your fourth chakra, that Merkabah-like spin. Just be with that spin, be with your inner bridge. Heaven on earth in the body. All that magic. And although it is nice to ask for help from the outside, in a lot of these Facebook Live meditations, we've been using Ascended Masters, or last month we worked with the Holy Spirit. And there are unlimited sources of help right now. But today I really just wanted to bring that in. You don't have to go outside of yourself. You can source it. You can bring that magic in by having that solid bridge. And just like as you healed the planet from this peaceful place, if you can ask for help outside of yourself from this peaceful place, there's going to be a lot more potency and clarity. You're going to be a lot more receptive to the healing. So in the vibe, holding the intention of all my answers are within. I don't need anything outside of myself. I can just source it, this bridge, heaven on earth, magic. From that vibe, I'd like you to see if you can start to define how you would like to perceive 2020, how you'd like to perceive your life, the world events, 2021. How would you like to write your own headlines for how you're perceiving things? Instead of letting the newspapers or the media or social media or your friends or your family or teachers or anything outside of you define that perception. How do you want to define it from this peaceful place? What are the headlines that you want to write? I found my peace today. All my answers are within. What's a headline that you would like to write? So as we wrap up this Facebook Live meditation for this month of September, that's my inquiry for all of you. Maybe if I were to give you some homework, right? Whenever you start to feel bombarded by everybody else telling you how to perceive things, start to view that as, well, that's not me being in my magic. That's going to create a rift, a split between heaven and earth. You come back to that bridge, heaven on earth. What's the headline I want to write? How do I want to perceive things from this peaceful vibration? And it might be, yeah, there's wildfires, yeah, there's hurricanes. They're happening, they're affecting people, but it's just got like more of a peaceful tone to it. And from there, right, you're going to have so much more capability to do something about it. And people will receive you. All right, good job, everyone. Take a deep breath in. Those Merkabahs and everybody, it's like these beautiful diamonds. Everybody's looking so shiny and sparkly. All right, whenever you're ready, allow that spin to continue in your fourth chakra. Go ahead and wiggle and stretch. Open your eyes. I'm going to stretch too. All right. That concludes our meditation for today. I would like to spend some time doing some Q&A. So if you have a question, please type it in the comment box. While I'm waiting for some of those questions to come in, our next Facebook Live meditation will be on October 16th. It's a Friday at 6 o'clock. Generally, we will be running these through the end of the year. October, we'll probably be working on the election and healing the communication divide here in our country. I know that there are other countries that could use support, but October is going to be a little bit more focused in that direction. We also offer readings, house healings, pet readings, transmedium healings. You can check our website. I just reworked our, Get to Know Us tab. It's the second tab over. It pretty much has most of our offerings just listed there all in one place, in one page there. So if you want to get to know more about the school, go to that tab. We have been offering free aura and chakra healings. It's on a first come, first served basis. We've moved those from Fridays to Mondays. So they are on Mondays, the second and fourth Mondays from 5 to 6:30. I recommend calling in a little bit early, and that way then you'll be at the front of the queue. All right, any questions? Most people are just saying thank you, awesome, heck yeah. But I am happy to ask some questions or answer. I have lots of questions, actually. I'm happy to ask lots of questions. That is what I do, right? I'll ask a question. Well, what would really serve our group here for the next Facebook Live meditation? And then I go nice and quiet, right? And I let those inspirations pop right in. And that really does come from this bridge. So I thought I would share with you guys a little bit of the process that I use. Doesn't look like anybody has a question there. So thank you. I appreciate you guys getting together and bringing your focus, your power, your energy to not only healing yourself, but healing the planet. We've all got some work to do, right? But again, just do it from that place of we're not broken, the planet's not broken. You can source it from within. You got that peace. So things are just so much smoother when you're at this vibration of peace. Aw, Austin just wrote that his cat really enjoyed this. Yeah, it is really nice to have a full chest, feeling of really being able to breathe and breathe deeply, and that is from that peace in there. Even when life is feeling really horrible, you still fill those lungs, fill that heart, all of that peace, that bridge, magic. All right, excellent. Well, thank you, everyone. I am going to conclude that for today. I appreciate you all being here. Mwah. Take care.